Welcome to The Feed, hosted by Allegiant Calls, where it's all about the sound. Sponsored by Dakota Decoys, Migrant Ammunition, Bush Rats, and Gator Waders. Confidence in every step. And here we go. We are back with The Feed live at the Lodge. Everybody was excited about getting to see live at the Lodge.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about how many ducks we were killing.
Not really.
They just wanted live at the Lodge.
Yeah.
And possum updates. So
Yeah.
we'll just start with the possum update. Where are we at?
So that's where we're taking this conversation.
We're straight to it. Where are we at with the
So
panda bear?
I left last Thursday, over a week ago.
Don't tell that story yet.
Oh.
We'll get that.
Okay. So anyway,
panda bear update. That's where.
Yeah,
we're
the panda bear in the attic. Went up there a week ago. I tried to hunt him down with the headlight again in the attic. And
we still. What's the headlight? Best headlight ever made right now?
Ben Oak
headlights.
Yeah, I had it up
Ben
there
Oak,
with Ben
Ben
Oak.
Oak. We're gonna get you ad. We're gonna get your ad on Instagram and let you know we're using it not just for duck hunting. We hunting panda bears in the attic too.
Yeah. So I went from one end of the house to the other. I did not see the possum. And so where Chris and I thought the possum was coming up, I went out there, screwed a board to the eave of the house and put some foam around it. And so I didn't know. I was like, oh, gosh, I went on that trip and I left from the hunting camp. And I didn't know if when y'all showed up to camp what the smell might be. But I thought I had stopped up the hole which he was coming in and out of. And so luckily I was right. He was not up there. And so we had a sighting tonight.
Yeah, after further inspection, it seems he made his own hole to get out.
Yep.
But
Yep.
he was spotted running through the backyard while we were cooking. Pretty good supper.
How long ago, Jim? 20 minutes ago?
Nah, probably about 45 minutes.
45
minutes ago, we spotted Panda.
The panda is still alive.
He's loose.
But
He's loose.
So anybody in Central Alabama, y'all may want to watch it. He can get there pretty quick if he starts making tracks. You better get your attic sealed up. You don't want that panda.
No.
He's big enough. He's taking pretty good strides.
He's a big one. He's a big one. He got old long legs.
He's got him,
So
buddy.
I guess that's the update on the possum so far.
So the possum is live and well, but if he makes way toward the back porch while we're out there, he's gonna
Game over.
Game over. Yep.
Game over
Yep,
for
yep.
the possum.
But I think I have it so he can't get back up there.
We're gonna see. We'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
Hopefully no more possum.
Hopefully.
So there's your possum update, guys. Just for everybody wanting to know, you get live at the Lodge. Instagram, you heard it first, though, before anybody else, the possum update. So you can go to the water cooler.
Everybody has been asking about this daggone possum.
You can go to the water cooler tomorrow, and for the people on Spotify and YouTube, they're not going to know yet, but you know what's going on with the Allegiant Call possum.
Yep.
Does he have a name? Did he ever get a name?
I
Or is
don't know.
it a she? Do we know?
I'm going to say it's a he, because
Okay.
at one time I thought he was going to have it out with Andy in the attic.
In the
and
attic.
I thought I was going to have to save Andy. That's how big this thing is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a he. We're
We're going to say
with
he.
We're going to go
yeah,
with he.
but we really didn't name it, because when you look at it, it just looks like he's so big, it looks like a freaking panda bear.
The panda. That's
Yeah.
just what he is.
Yeah.
The panda.
I think they made a song like that or something.
Panda. That was a good one. That's
That's
one
his
of my
theme
jams.
song.
His
I'm
theme
telling you.
song. That's right. When he runs out like football, that's his theme song. Panda.
Yes,
Panda.
yes. This
That's-
guy is ruthless.
Mean.
Yes.
Just mean.
Yes.
So we are live at the Lodge.
Yep.
We've been here. This is our third night.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah. Me and you stayed Thursday night.
Yep.
Hunted a little bit Friday. Everybody else got here Friday about lunch, a little after.
Yeah.
So we've had some good food. We've had a little pasta lie, a little fried
Yeah.
crappie.
That's a good job, man.
Man, Donovan, who was part of the possum story, we'll get him in here in just a second. Fried up some beeliners, some crappie, some snapper, some
was
hush
good.
puppies. Guys, if If you've never had hush puppies with jalapeno and corn in them, you're missing out.
Yes,
That's a game changer. That is a game changer. Donovan can hook you up. We're gonna have to. We cut a podcast the other night, had a little cooking in it too. We hadn't released yet, so we may get like some Allegiant recipe just randomly. You never know what you're gonna get.
Well, I'm gonna leave that up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm pretty basic when it comes to that. Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get when left up to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say the guy can cook. You cook.
You just show up to eat, don't you?
Yes, sir.
So we've been eating good. Friday, it was just me and Stacy. We didn't really.
What a day! I mean, that was so fun.
It was. It wasn't. We didn't really go duck hunting, man. Everybody tired. Like, don't want to get up at daylight. We'll get there like 8:00.
Yeah, well, we didn't really have a plan. We knew we had some things to do with stopping up the timber that we're flooding now, and then we knew we had a pipe that we had to fix with the beaver chewing the boarding to, and on that rice field, and so we knew we had some work to do. We had to get a blind up there to the farm from the house, and so we did that, and we were like, what do you want to do? When we got up there, and there was geese all over our farm. We have a goose pit that we kind of just goose hunt out of, and we haven't hunted it this year, and geese were just trading from field to field to field, and we got out there at like 8:00?
8:30, something like that.
And it wasn't cold, and it was just like dry. We didn't have to have any hip boots, really. You could have went out there in your Hey Dudes.
Yeah, we could have hunted in Hey Dudes or, the Gator camp boots.
Gator camp boots
would have been money to hunt in yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that, which, we got them here, but I didn't know what we were getting into.
Yeah.
If we'd have had those, I mean, that would have been even better.
I mean, I hunted in my Gator hip boots, but I could have done it in...
Yeah.
Could have done it in just the camp boots.
Yeah, the hip boots were fine though, because we didn't know if the pit was even full of water or nothing. So the hip boots worked, but we got out there and geese were trading, and we really didn't even have the pit covered up.
No, we got
Jim had bought the wrong color fast grass.
Yes.
So we grabbed it, and one side of our goose pit is beans this year, and the other side was rice, and so the pit's in the middle. And we just threw that brown fast grass on there and just kind of like makeshift the camo job on it.
We just kind of like the pit hasn't been brushed up yet, guys. We've been behind on work all year.
It's been something.
So learning a new farm probably wouldn't have been as bad if we knew where everything needed to be, but you don't know till you get birds. Well, in September when you start working, there's no birds, there's no water, stopping up pipes. So we just kind of makeshifted it up. But guys, some geese died really, really close.
It was. I wish our camera guys could have been there, because it was one of those things where if you wasn't there, you couldn't believe it. I mean, Specs landing seriously 2 steps from us. Yeah. I mean, unbelievable. And then, shooting snows that close. I got a kick out of watching you actually hit birds this year.
Yeah, thank you. And my for everybody that listened to the first podcast, my shooting is
oh my
better.
Gosh. Look, this guy last year did not shim his Super Black Eagle 3. And let me tell you, I encouraged him to shim that thing and get it dead on this year. He's finally hitting birds. So
it was the gun's fault. It was equipment fault, not operator error. It was equipment fault.
I don't think you could shoot that bad.
I couldn't, if you've ever shot at all, you can't shoot that. You got to get lucky every once in a while.
I just didn't think a person humanly possible could shoot as bad as you were shooting last year.
The only birds I did hit, I was actually missing.
Well, look. When you were missing those geese that close, I said, go shoot your gun. You remember that?
Yeah, but I don't
know. Yeah.
You had to sit me down in the truck today and give me a call lesson like a good dad. So I don't listen.
Well, we're going to tell that story too.
Yeah, that we'll save that one for...
No, we're telling that tonight.
Oh, we're telling that now?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I got in a little trouble today. A little excited, maybe. So back to the goose. We shot geese.
Man, you're all over the place right now.
Always. Okay. It's live at the lodge. It is what it is.
Okay, go ahead.
So we shot, the farthest goose we shot was 15 steps. And we shot...
Yep.
We was one short of our spec limit. Really wasn't bumping the snow limit. We shot 18 to 20 geese, somewhere in there.
But what a good time.
And every goose was shot in the decoys, like, they're landing, there's more geese behind it, they're just landing.
I mean, 15, 20-yard shots that just...
Finally, one time, they're just coming Stacy's like, hey, we got to shoot them. There's only 2 of us. Like, we can't shoot but 6 times.
Yeah.
It don't matter if there's 20 geese here. We can't shoot but 6. So.
And it's it's fun hunting with your friend like that, but also somebody that's skilled in the way that we were trying to get them in close. Just it was more about the experience than the numbers. But we could have had a lot of numbers of geese, but it was all about just the experience. And that's what we go back to how Allegiant, in the first episode. And the camaraderie. I mean, we had done this so many times. We've killed tons of geese in our life, but it was the experience that we had. Getting them that close, just us, no brush on the blind, really.
No,
it was just. We went. If you were going to wing something, we winged it, and so that was just fun seeing them that close.
We learned a couple things too. I don't know. Have you ever just goose hunted?
I mean.
Here, there?
Yes.
Okay.
In the past, yes. Typically, guys, when there's not a lot of ducks, or if there is ducks and they're not working, that's just something else that you can do to kind of break up the monotony of being frustrated about ducks not landing in your decoys. So, yes, I have, and I've had luck doing it, and we've shot them close, but I never done it with that least amount of work. If that makes sense. And that's what made it nice. And I've never done it in the weather and the situation where it was just comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't too hot. I wasn't freezing to death. I wasn't flopping around like a baby seal in the mud trying to get 400 flag decoys out, and so in the past that's what we've had to do to kill them. And this time it wasn't that way. You know?
So we learned Stacy can still call with his mouth. He can call snow geese with his mouth as good as anybody can call snow geese. Number 2, guys, if you have a MAV spec call, it is a snow call too.
Well,
it takes a little.
Yeah, you just put a little voice in it and sound like a snow goose.
I mean,
we don't market that, but guys that can run on, they know that. You don't have to market. Hey, this is a snow goose call. This is a spec call. But
calling in geese. It was
it was fun.
It was fun. When the goose is looking you in the eyes right before you shoot him, it just makes it a little better.
It does.
That way he knows who got him.
Yeah. And that trickled over to this morning's hunt too.
Yeah, shot geese again this morning.
Shot more specs today.
Specs didn't work great Friday. The ones we killed close, but we worked a lot of specs that 65, 70 yards, and that's just where they finished. Snow geese worked great Friday. Kind of the opposite today. Shot a couple snow geese, but specs worked great. The specs we killed close again, but answered the call great. So
they do. Responded very well. So each day's different, depending on the weather. It just changes, and you have to stay after them. So I'm glad we put out those 5 Dakota full body fully flocks. So usually we're running a bunch of spec decoys, Dakota decoys, of course, but this morning and
in full Kendall screw up, he was like, "You want to run specs?" I was like, "They're just whatever. Those specs didn't work worth a darn." So I was like, we needed the bag. We legitimately needed the decoy bag for the dog to sit on in the pit. It's the only reason the spec decoy got put out.
Because I forgot the dog stand.
Yes, and we shot geese all morning.
Yep,
I've turned us to goose grinders now. That's just kind of where I'm at. Ducks are
where you come up with these names, I do not know.
Man, if we ever get some guys from out west, they're a little different, but I kind of like them. Man, they like those geese. They like to chase them, and so hunting's been kind of odd to be after the split. This is our first time hunting our farm since the split.
Yeah,
usually it's pretty good.
Usually it's really good
with ducks.
With ducks that respond to the call. And this afternoon after the storm, we did have some ducks respond to the call, but it's just not. They're not where we've had them in the past. I can tell you that. And it's. They're not. They wouldn't finish. And we didn't do anything different than we hadn't done in the past that finished birds. So I don't know. It's just and I think the moon pattern right now.
It's full moon.
Yeah, the moon pattern right now has them off. So once we get through that, I think there's another cold front coming. Is what I hear. Hopefully that holds true, and then after that, hopefully we get some more mallards in here. But we did see more mallards today than we've seen this year so far.
Yeah.
So good things to come. And they love hitting that fresh sheet water on that fresh
A
food.
lot of sheet water where we're hunting. It rained. What did it start? 8 o'clock?
About 8:30, yeah.
About 8:30. It rained all day. Everything I have is wet,
Yep.
top to bottom.
Yep.
Except I did last year, guys. We hunted in the rain a couple times. I had water-resistant clothing, which means you can, somebody could throw their bottle of water on you.
Well,
You
let
don't
me
get
ask you
wet.
this: how did you like the Gator Weighted Terra 4 jacket?
I was dry today.
Yeah.
Last
Do you like
year,
the full zip?
I like the full zip better than the bog hoodie that you wore. That's personal preference.
Yeah.
I wear mine under my waders.
Yeah.
I don't like clothing over my waders. You wear your hoodie over.
Well, when it's raining, I do. I
Yeah.
love tucking my hoodie, my pullover, my bog hoodie inside my waders, on a typical day. But actually, Donovan pointed it out. I was in such a hurry this morning. He says, "Hey, you got your jacket inside your waders." And I was like, I looked down. I'm like, "Yep, I do." So I had to fix that. But I do like the full zip Terra 4 better in that aspect. But I like wearing mine out on the town too. So whether it be to dinner or whatever. So I try to save that
That
one
insulated little
for when
button-up
it's not
shirt is
raining.
my out shirt.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I like to save mine for when it's not as nasty.
Yeah. The problem with the Terra, and it's not a problem. The worst part about the Terra 4 jacket today was I was sweating because that unit is warm.
Yeah.
And it was 50 degrees.
And the bog hoodie is warm too. So, they do I love wearing the camp hoodie sometimes.
Yeah.
Under the Catahoula camp hoodie. I like wearing that too sometimes under there. So just depends on the weather.
Yeah, lots of rain today, lots of water. We're trying to get
almost miserable.
Almost. Thank goodness some geese were around because it would have been miserable. But ducks just not working for us. I mean, It's just.
Well, you brought it up. We're talking about ducks, so just go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean, we broke, what was it, about 50 birds?
Yeah. So, Colin, Stacy's been working with me. Colin's gotten better.
A lot.
Per
You're on
him,
it.
not per me. Per him, Colin's gotten better.
Tone's good. Yep, we're good. You're good.
Broke a couple groups of birds that I felt really good about. I got a little.
But there's one group in particular I'm talking about.
I got a little excited, a lot excited.
It was a Mondo group.
Yeah, we've been shooting geese.
Yeah, Donovan. Yeah.
I mean,
he don't want to admit it.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I got in trouble about calling a little too hard, a little too much, wrong timing. Basically, the gamut. If you could screw it up, Kendall screwed it up on a grouper 8.
Could have been sitting there watching his face the whole time.
Yeah, apparently.
So I'm sitting on this
He
end.
was yelling at you too.
I'm sitting on this end. Come here, Donovan.
Yeah,
Come on over here,
come
Donovan.
get-
So I'm sitting on this end of the pit. I got the dog to my left, and then it's Donovan, Chris, Jim, and Kendall, and Lucy, his dog. So anyway, go ahead.
So I'm excited, and apparently, pit's 16 foot long. I'm getting in trouble from the other side of the pit. I don't know.
You're not getting in trouble.
Well,
I'm just trying to get your attention, and then you never would pay attention.
so
then
I wasn't in trouble because you couldn't. If you would have gotten my attention, then I would have been in trouble. Is that it?
No, he's just trying to wrangle you in.
Okay. Okay.
See? Proof.
I was out there. I wanted.
No, you got so excited.
He said, hey, Kendall. You just,
It just stayed in it, son. Stayed in it.
So for everybody wondering, we talked about the MP9 the other day. I put a GPS on my lanyard.
Sounds
Apparently,
dang good.
You can still hammer ducks pretty hard with it because I was getting a little.
Kill a lot of ducks with GPS.
So, finally Stacy gets my attention. He's like, "Hey, let's just hit them on the corners. Be easy on them." Okay, cool. A little too late. I don't know if we worked a group of birds after that. It started pouring rain and our pit started filling up with water. So we got out, and like any good parent would do, Stacy waited till we got to the truck, and he said, "Okay, now here we go." let me tell you how you need to do this. And we got a little call lesson in the truck, kind of like when you played baseball and you went 0 for 3, and your dad said, "So, all right, son, let's go on to the truck." And then you got to the truck and you knew what was coming. You know,
Quit swinging on them curveballs, son.
yeah. I apparently I swung at too many change-ups today. And,
Leave them off, please, alone.
yeah. So, you know, little call lesson. Hey, don't do that again.
Yeah. Well, so let's talk about that group. And so we have this Mondo wad going over us. I'm gonna say it had to be close to 50 birds in that group. And so when they go over, they're birds that they're high. There's birds that some guys wouldn't really call at. And so Kendall and I hit them. We hit them hard. Kendall was hitting them extremely hard, and he hit them extremely hard again and again and again, and they broke. Once that leader of the pack or whatever ducks that really heard that sound, once they committed and made that hook against the wind, as you know, a lot of you guys have done this. Here they all come. These were not pintails. These were mallard ducks, and here they come. And they start the descend against the wind.
They wasn't gadwall. They're mallard now.
Yeah.
Now that I screwed it up, they were definitely all greenheads, no Susies, all greenheads.
They probably had all triple curls.
Probably all banded.
Yeah. There's probably a few bands in there.
Gray duck and a bump.
No pintails, no gray ducks, nothing.
Yeah.
And so here they come, and some of them are walking it down, and he was just staying in the call, and then they kind of ease back out. So, yeah.
Yeah, screwed it up. I'll screw some stuff up every once in a while.
Well, what we talked about was, especially on cloudy days, once you break those birds and they turn, they've heard what they want to hear, they see what they want to see, and either they're going to leave or come on in. And typically, if you break them against the wind like that, my experiences and in my opinion and what I've experienced in the past is that if you start hitting them with those mid ducks, they've heard what they want to hear, they see what they want to see, you can start working those birds. And on cloudy days, we can't call to them as much as on those sunny days. So if it was a sunny day and that had happened, you can stay in them and stay hammering, especially if it's cold and sunny. Stay in them, stay hammering on those birds, and you can really work them all the way down to where you can kill them. But on cloudy days, you'll hit those mid ducks, hit them on the corners, and keep their attention and try to coax them on into your decoy. So we learned a lesson today, but it was good. I mean, seeing you hit that call, especially GPS, and both of us hammering them and turn that big Mondo wad, we all got excited in the pit. So we thought it was really fixing to happen. And but that's the way these ducks were acting today. We saw a lot of birds. They wanted to commit, they just would not fully commit. And so that was just typical for today and the pattern we're on right now. In my
Hot
opinion.
weather, full moon, probably a lot of the same birds that have been getting hunted here since it come in.
We're getting a little bit. We're getting
but
some more mallards. We're getting some push of birds, but it's not what I had hoped for.
At this point, you're trying to break one bird.
Yeah.
If you break one, you're gonna break 10.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
And if you get it, you got it.
Yep.
But
until you blow them out. Until you
it's
blow them
all
out.
local.
As Kent Cullum would say, you blew them out the hole.
It is
I blew
a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, you blew them out the hole.
They've heard a lot. They've seen a lot.
Justin
These
Hall.
birds have been there for a while.
Yeah. Justin Hall used to say he should do that all the time, so don't feel so bad.
So you're telling me I'm following in your footsteps? Is that what you're saying?
I hope
Justin,
not, but
Well, we've all got to strive to be something.
I hope not. But yeah, Justin Hall used to say, "You're blowing them out the hole," and then he'd hit his call louder, and I hit mine. So I don't know what the truth was.
Well,
There you go, Justin.
hey, if I'm following into world qualifier footsteps, I think that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a bad place to be in the duck calling world.
Getting there,
Somewhere
kid.
to go up.
Getting there, kid.
Yeah, that's right. Quit swinging at curveballs. I'll be good. Andy thought that was good. I can see you somewhere over, Andy. Stacy needs glasses, but I think I do too. So I'm trying to look at comments. I saw, did we kill any? We've been killing
70-30 hybrid. A lot of comments. We're new to this live, but yes, Nate is
They
in
did.
Arkansas.
That's what Stacy blew today. Was a 70-30 hybrid.
Yeah, I stayed on that today.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all burning them up. Man, we've been shooting geese. That's because they're just working. Andy likes your comment about the curveballs.
Well, so we started off really hot, beginning of the season. We had the best opener we've had in a long time, and I thought, man, hey, they're here. This is it. And then we kind of went through a lull, and we're in it. And I don't think it's the birds. I think it's just the weather and the moon pattern. I was in Kansas, and those birds, when we first got there, it was really cold, and then they just went nocturnal. And that kind of seems to be the pattern here. And it's because of that moon. Yeah, the moon.
We were moving a blind Friday night.
Yeah.
And 20 minutes, 30 minutes after shooting light, it was just a stream of birds going to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, just
thousands.
It's not been longer than that.
Yeah,
Thousands.
thousands.
It was at the cusp of just dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but the moon had it lit. You could just say it.
Yeah. We're still, gosh mighty. I'm so tired of working on these farms, but we're getting there, and we're about there, and I think it's going to be perfect timing once they get out of this moon phase, this feeding nocturnal, get some cold weather, get a fresh push. I think we're going to be set up, ready to go.
Yep. So that's kind of where we're at with, where we're hunting, what's going on. I'm sure we're not the only people.
Really.
Chase Walters. That's Chase Walters likes you, man. Man said slam you.
Between Kendall and Donovan on the bush lights, the bush lights don't stand a chance. So
I ain't got a dang chance. Where's Mickey when I need him?
yeah, missing Mickey.
We're all missing Mickey.
Mickey get hold him down too.
Yep. So
yeah, and it looks like some of the comments as far as what y'all are killing about the same. So
yeah, I think the whole southeast for the most part, Arkansas, Mississippi. And everybody's kind of dealing with the same thing right now. I've seen a lot of pictures of speckled bellies, snow geese. I think everybody's kind of hunting them because that's what's here.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of y'all's group is from back in Alabama.
Yeah.
I got some buddies that hunted. If anybody knows Swan Creek, they hunted the pocket this morning. They shot one duck, and it was a mottled duck. I told you I was a black duck. He's a mottled duck. That's the only shell they fired one.
So it's just kind of stale around. I'm sure some people shot some. I mean, there's some spots where you'll get some birds that find some fresh food. They're killing them, but we're just struggling along. You can't kill them at home. You can't kill them on the couch. So
we're still having fun, and that's what it's all about. And when they do get here, we are going to be ready. So, yeah.
So it's been an interesting. Good couple of days at camp. We still got tomorrow morning left before we all kind of.
We got a spot. We'll have to do an update tomorrow. We feel very optimistic tomorrow. We got some birds on this one area of the farm, and we've kind of waited till the weather got right. Tomorrow this weather should be pushed out, and I feel very confident that we're gonna smack some birds in the morning. So.
Yep. Let me see one more. When y'all start flying, had some flying at around 10, then they didn't stop. There was ducks anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I started flying 12:30, 1 o'clock. A lot of birds, but they just didn't. Man, they're just weird. Just not wanting to finish.
You could see them in the air, and you're thinking, oh, boy, we all got so excited. We're like, hey, we got to head right back out there. We all put fresh clothes on that wasn't wet. Go right back out there, which we knew the afternoon they'd start hitting that fresh feed and that sheet water, but they just wouldn't act right. Break, work, leave. So that's the MO.
That's basically where we're at.
Yep.
So it's been a good couple days at camp. Y'all got to see a little bit of live. We're just kind of hanging out, enjoying the night. Just doing us, cooking, eating. No football really left to watch. Playoffs haven't started yet.
But we got Bill.
We got Bill on the TV. We hit the grind waterfowl and just play the mix. We've watched Bill hunt somewhere in the Dakotas, somewhere in Saskatchewan, maybe, and I'm not sure where he's at now.
We were talking about this. What a pleasure to be teamed up with him and sponsored by Dakota Decoys. Bill is just down to earth, and me and Jim were talking. The way he is on there is the way he is in person, and what just a breath of fresh air to have somebody that's so genuine and just. I enjoy talking to him, and he treats us so well. And we were using that product way back You know,
I mean,
and
way
it's just
before I was hunting with Stacy or
yeah,
had money, like we saved pennies to make sure we bought Dakotas.
yeah, that's right.
Because
Because
they're
that's
just
the best.
it's the best decoy made, hands down.
Hands
They're
down.
tough.
The packables. I mean, once Bill he said, "Hey, I got these packables. Let's see. Let me know what you think about them." And I told him, "I'm in love with them."
If you're a Dakota person and you're not using the packable mallards, you're missing out. Because if you could find the downfall with a Dakota, they're heavy.
yeah.
Because they were a solid made decoy.
But that's still the extreme mallards were the most realistic
Still
decoy.
is.
In
But
my
these
opinion.
packables, guys, are just as tough. They're just as realistic, and they're half the weight, quarter of the weight.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't weighed them, but they're. I can tote a dozen. I'm not a real big guy. I can tote a dozen and be good. I can actually load a dozen on the top rack. Okay.
Yes, he can reach that high.
Yeah. Well, I have to climb on the side, but that's neither here nor there.
Little swing in
That's right.
there.
Yeah. You know. So if you're not using the packables, you're missing
Yeah.
out. They're the ticket. They're
Yeah,
tough.
we love them. We go with the flocked heads on those, on the Drakes, the flocked heads.
Yeah, if you're not getting flocked head Dakotas, that's a Dakota, a flocked head.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
He does offer painted heads, but the flocked heads is what I really like. In
that
the
sun
package.
just shines just right off of it.
Perfect, man. I
Now,
love
when-
them.
Yeah.
I love them. And if you get, on that loop on it, and you start swinging it, man, I can sling the piss out of that thing.
I just like to walk them out there because I have terrible luck.
I thought sucker heard that window.
Yeah. So I have the worst.
I try to see. It's not at the distance. I'll pinpoint where I want to throw it, and I see if I can hit that spot. So everything's a challenge with me. in
Well,
life,
I
yeah.
have world's worst luck ever. If I throw it 50 yards, it's going to land upside down, and I
It'd be the
still got to
only
walk
one.
out there
Yeah.
and got to flip it
Yeah.
over. So I just
You
take
got to
it.
put an arch on it.
We'll get that lesson tomorrow in the truck.
I don't
Decoy
listen.
throwing.
Hey, I don't listen. He's about like that one. I'm gonna get a butt chewing for whatever the decoy thing doing that.
See?
Instead
So
of calling.
so that's where we're at. It's
Yep.
just been a laid back weekend. If there was a million
Fun, good
fun,
eating.
if there's a million mallards around, it's super fun killing them. Wouldn't be as laid back because we'd be just working trying to kill mallards. But we've got what we've got, and we've had fun shooting, and everything we've killed has been
Close and
Close
fun. Yep. And I think tomorrow will be a good day. So
yeah. So we'll get Instagram or Instagram Live for everybody listening to this right now. Instagram, we'll give you a little video on how tomorrow goes, good, bad, or ugly. When we finish up, we'll give y'all a 30, 45 second overview of how tomorrow went.
yeah,
Just stay tuned. See what Allegiant
we'll probably
calls us
if it's a good morning, we'll try to upload some things to the story in the morning. So
So thank y'all. This
Yep.
has been our first live at the lodge.
they're gonna get so interesting though.
They
right?
are because
Okay.
I mean, me and Stacy probably aren't interested. We have a bunch of interesting people that are going.
Yeah, that will be on.
Yeah.
Kendall and I
We're just here.
we're just here.
Yeah. But it is what it is. If y'all hung around 32 minutes and 33 minutes now and listen to us on Instagram, we appreciate it. That is very impressive for y'all. Y'all have just as bored a life as we do, I guess. So we appreciate it.
Yeah.
And see y'all later.
See ya.